Something about that moment felt different the second it broke. Not loud. Not dramatic in the way television scandals usually are. Just quiet, sudden, and strangely heavy, the kind of news that makes you sit up a little straighter in your chair. Martin Frizell was stepping away from This Morning. After 10 years shaping one of Britain's most watched daytime shows, the man behind the scenes was finally stepping out of them. For most viewers, editors are invisible. We know the faces on the sofa, not the person steering the ship from somewhere off camera. But Frizell was different. He had guided This Morning through some of its most turbulent years, through scandal, through goodbyes nobody saw coming, through the delicate, high-stakes work of finding two people who could sit on that sofa and feel like home again. And that's really what makes this moment land the way it does. Because his departure isn't just a staffing change. It's the quiet end of an era that reshaped the entire show. When Ben Shephard and Kat Deeley were finally announced as the new full-time faces of This Morning, it felt like the end of a long, uncertain chapter. Viewers had watched a rotating cast of guest hosts try on the sofa for size, some fitting more naturally than others, all while the audience quietly wondered who would be trusted to carry a national institution forward. Frizell was the one who made that call. He was the one who believed in that pairing before anyone else did. So when the news broke that he was leaving, many viewers immediately felt a flicker of unease, not because anything was falling apart, but because the person who had championed Shephard and Deeley's partnership was no longer going to be there to protect it. It's almost like watching someone hand over a plant they've spent years nurturing. You trust that it'll be fine. You believe the new gardener knows what they are doing. But there's still that instinctive worry, will it grow the same way without the person who planted it? Some people watching felt that uncertainty most in the small things. The rhythm between Shephard and Deeley, the playful teasing, the moments of genuine warmth that had slowly built since their first nervous debut, all of it existed inside a structure Frizell helped design. Viewers online interpreted his exit as more than just one man's personal decision. For many, it felt like a signal that even the most settled parts of television are never truly permanent. And then there's the human side of the story, the part that seemed to resonate even more deeply once details emerged. This wasn't simply someone chasing a new opportunity. Frizell spoke about wanting to be present for his family, about priorities shifting in ways that mattered more than live television ever could. For a show built on real emotional connection, on real conversations about real lives, that reason felt fitting. It almost seemed as though the show itself had taught him over and over what actually matters when the cameras stop rolling. That's often the part viewers connect with the hardest. Not the industry politics, not the speculation about what comes next, but the reminder that even the people running our favorite programs are just people, quietly making impossible choices behind the scenes. Naturally, attention has turned toward what happens now. Nothing has been confirmed about who might step into his role, and there's a possibility that this transition reshapes the show's tone in ways audiences won't notice until months from now. Some audiences began wondering whether Shephard and Deeley's dynamic, still relatively new, might feel the shift more than anyone realizes. But maybe that uncertainty is exactly why this story has stayed with people. Television often feels effortless from the outside. Familiar faces, familiar mornings, a sense that nothing will ever really change. Moments like this quietly remind us that everything we watch is being carefully held together by people we rarely think about. Maybe what stayed with viewers wasn't just the announcement itself, but everything it seemed to represent: change, gratitude, and the quiet courage it takes to walk away from something you helped build. So what did you notice when this story broke? Did it feel like the end of something, or the beginning of something new for This Morning? Let us know what stood out to you the most.